Welcome back, everybody. It's 7 o'clock on the 17th of February. It's a Monday night. Don't forget to join the Discord. Link is in the description. And I've just currently got a bit of Kling on the side. They got a feature I wanted to show you guys called Elements, which is essentially like an IP adapter to video. But we're going to be carrying on with what we were doing yesterday, and we've got a bunch of other things that we want to take a look at, as per usual. So thanks everybody for coming along. Hello Fernicar, hello Electrolab, and hello Apolloniart. Thanks everybody. We're going to sort of move things along pretty swiftly because we like to start the week as we mean to go on. A bunch of interesting things. So let's get into it. Quick intro, 1 minute, let's go. Done. So obviously the first thing we're going to be looking at isn't this, which I just used 4 images from the Cyber Society run yesterday with a very simple prompt. And I got some videos, so let's take a look at this real quick because it won't take long. Look, this is the one where we put the Google logo on her shoulder, and you can almost see it there. So that's pretty crazy. This is actually 4 images. So look, we've got that top bit there. There she is. Some of these aren't bad, you know. 10 seconds long, so I wanted to see how stable it was towards the end of the video. That's actually a really good one. So this will be Kling 1.6 Elements, which is a text to video mode. It's another good one. Do I have to give him a reason? Magnificent! It's a bit strange looking, but it's not bad. It's surprisingly stable. There was some weird, like, buildings in the background that were kind of boiling. Look, when she moves past, look, it's kind of like burning. But there's another one that looks good. Ooh, she's kind of just dancing about on nothing there, which is fine, but I don't know what that's about. Not the best. Whoa. It occurred to me that I have a subscription for this thing and I wasn't using it. So I thought, let's generate. Some of these are actually pretty good. Damn. Yeah. Dance. Does look like they trained it on so much dance that characters try to dance a lot. Should have 4 videos. Okay. So anyway, the way that we've done the way that I've done this is I've just thrown a couple of my images from the run we did yesterday. So if I just quickly take a look inside, we should have photo, and then we'll have inside pose map Thora. Oh, these are the remixes, are they? So I guess it was CNET, Eval, and Up. Yeah. So if we find ourselves some images real quick. There's a stealth suit version. So let's swap that out. And look for some other stuff. I kind of look at it like a palette of paint, really. Like whatever you give it, it's going to try and make it like that, or it should do. So it's kind of like if you're smart about the images that you throw in there, it's going to bring something cool out. So do you know what? Let's go with that one. What's this? Some of them are a little bit crazy random. These are all good images. But I'm like trying to get the really good ones. Sorry, it's just there's so many, right? I'm barely even like scratching it. Look, let's just go to the middle. Whoa! Oh, now that's a pretty cool thing to use as an influence. Ah, yeah, definitely that one. Okay, so I think we've got like a set. Give it some variety. I'm happy with the prompt. I've used a couple of suggested prompts from the Get Inspiration section, which adds a bunch of stuff, you know. I'm using professional mode, 10 seconds, 16 to 9 with a generation count of 4, and I mean, I suppose I could say low quality and then cartoon. No, not cartoon. Yeah, just say low quality. Go. Okay. So yeah, it's 280 credits. I've got like 8,000. I really need to use them up, otherwise they're going to go. What? So, Fernicar says, incredible. The future is now. Electrolab, brilliant. Fernicar for a music video clip. Yep, indeed. Full Dive Media says, hi, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. And I hope you're all doing great too. Electrolab is also feeling great. So, like I said, I thought I'd start off with something light. So, obviously, you know, I can continue to change the images that we're putting in and thereby influence what we're going to get out of it. Well, that's the idea anyway. And we hit some pretty good combos yesterday. Here we go, there's a good one. So let's get rid of that. Put that one on there. And then that's a pretty good piece of atmosphere. So get rid of that one. So I'm just doing the same prompt and then just changing. I'm treating it like an IP adapter, you know? And then we'll just find something tasty and see if we can clone the aesthetic. Let's see. That's a good one, that's a good one. Let's get rid of this one. So this is going to be quite character heavy and they don't match, so God knows what we're going to end up getting from that. Wait for the image to load in. It's obviously going to squash my images down a lot and like ready? He's ready. I'm going to lose that one that we just did and then get a different one. Yeah, that can work. Oh, that one's a little bit more interesting. Ah, crap, it didn't work. Oh. And we'll lose that cool one as well. Replace it with... That is a really good one. Not quite what I'm looking for, though. Man, there's so many... Like I said, when we get to curating this, it's going to be insane. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, use that. Ooh, wow. What the hell? Use that. Now, can I get a character shot? Whoa, what? Oh, wow. Swordage. Swords and stuff. Yeah, somebody asked, I think it was one of you guys in the chat, might have been Fernicar or... But basically it was like, can you change for tonfas? And obviously the prompts that are shooting a gun, you can do a prompt swap of gun to tonfa, and then it'll be holding a tonfa. But it doesn't always work. Ah, now that's a good one. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Put that one in its place. Now, could I maybe get something different to go there? I don't know. We'll generate anyway and find out. And we've got a whole bunch of interesting stuff we're going to do tonight. And I have to kind of get it started immediately. There's no time. There's no time. I have to treat it like we have to fight for time, guys. It's like random scatter curation strat. I think maybe if I go for like up in the middle, I'm going to start getting interesting again. Oh yeah, look, see, that was a good little bit there. Ooh. It's kind of steampunkish in some points. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, we're definitely in like an area where it was pumping out good. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's not really it's not really a environment shot though. Need some kind of environment. Oh yeah, remember when the Open Pros broke? It does happen. Whoa. I think I must have been messing around with the settings at this point. Okay, that'll do. It's gotten... I think that's better. I suppose it depends what you're going for, doesn't it? I think probably that one actually. So let's get rid of the gun. Right. I think 4 times 4 is a pretty good cue when they're all 10-second long. So that's 160 seconds when I click again. I mean, will it even let me click 4 times 4? Yes. Alright, I'm not going to push my luck. It's like a decent wedge of it done. So, let's introduce the next thing that we're doing tonight. Excellent. We're making good progress. So, what I've done is I've updated the 5 Below 5 collective pack. So this was the last node in the pack before. So we've now got Frame Duplicator, LTX Com Delta, Mixer, Sonif, Psych, RGB Zoom, Video Echo, RGB Splitter, Voice Mod, and RGB Stream. I haven't tested any of these. The pack's not updated yet. I'm just letting you know this is the point I'm at. I think what I have managed to do though is write the documentation with O3 Mini High. I think we've written the documentation for every... Yeah, that's all of them. So there's, you know, an explanation for what's going on. Obviously, if you wrote the node and you disagree with the documentation, I've just generated it. So let me know if you want me to change anything. But it should be just explaining what, you know, what you can do with it. So that's all of those done. Obviously, I've updated the init file, so then they'll all go in there nice. And what we'll do is we will test all of these a little later on in the show, and then once we've proven that they work, I'll throw them up into the repo. I think that's, yeah, that's where we're at with the community notes. It was you, was it, Fernicar? Nice. Okay, right, so as I say, we'll be able to test that out in a little bit, but we got to do something else first. So what I thought I would do is get that workflow that we made yesterday, which is pose list, pose map, video captioner 60. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, good. Now what I need to do is decarbonize my mind. Hang on a sec. Doop, 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 doop. Got to remember where I kept all my Lauras. This is the old Laura set from like 2022. So let me just remember where I put the other one. It's probably on this hard drive. Fine tuning. It's about time, you know. That's not it, that's video. It'll probably have like new Flux dataset revival. There we go, that's what I wanted. Alright. Now in caption zips, what have we got? We've got abstract, Flux, Doggo. Okay. OG. I think these ones have already been done. So still got some missing that we haven't touched. So basically I'm looking for a candidate to retrain using the new captioning system. So it shouldn't take long. Oh, what's this? Grand Sedan? No, Genesis. Yeah, that's actually quite a hard one. I think that one would be worth doing. Okay. So I'm going to have to do an underscore Quen VL. Okay. So if I just take a look at the data set, it's glorious. And there aren't many there. So there's a lot of patterns, a few 3D renders, and some fractals. Okay. Got pen rows, just a whole bunch of stuff. Mandel bulbs. Beautiful. So yeah, obviously you can see there's no captions, right? So this is a perfect candidate. So open this up, grab that URL, put that there, put this in here, put it on 0, and then this is going to be Genesis QVL. Okay, so I can remember what I did with it. Put that one on. In fact, well, let's do it the proper way. So test, have it on fixed. So we're going to test the first one. Now this isn't going to be a video, so I'm going to say describe this image and then get rid of the rest. I think 128 tokens is actually going to be fine. So new output. Okay, so run it once. No valid video frame. Ah, of course. I need to swatch this out for load image batch. Okay, so let's just put that. What's that one? Path to path. Ah, crap, he's lost it. He's lost it. There we go, it's back. And then index to index. Frame to frame. File name to file name. There we go. FPV driving is not the trigger. So let me just go back to my data set library. Where the hell is that? It was probably in here under like new Flux dataset revival. Yeah, so just got to find it again. Genesis Flux. So this one has been captioned, so let's have a look. ZJZ Fractal. Do you know what? I'm going to be brave. like that. So I haven't just put the token in, I've also put, annoying when that happens, I put infinitely detailed geometric in because I want to experiment with making sure to include that. So if we run that, we need to change that to Quen25 VL, and then I can take it out of test mode, and then I can put it on increment mode. And then how many images are there inside this? Wait, that can't be right. $134. Right, okay. Okay, so let's see what it gave us. Image depicts a fractal pattern with a striking, intricate design. The central area is predominantly black, surrounded by a vibrant, swirling array of colors, including shades of blue, yellow, orange, and red. Edges of the fractal are jagged and detailed, creating a sense of depth and complexity. The overall effect is mesmerizing, reminiscent of a kaleidoscope or a cosmic phenomenon, with the colors blending seamlessly into each other, forming a visually captivating and abstract composition. Okay, sounds good to me, right? So if we remember, we've got 134 images, so I've changed the folder. We're still on 0. Everything's set now. We've got our project name, so that's where we'll find it in a minute. What's this? Could you tell us about your guessing? Could you tell us about your guessing prediction about the results? Oh, what? Regarding this, Fernica? Okay, so I think that these captions will actually train better because they are more accurate, more fully described, which means less bad training and potentially more, it will promote alignment with a wider scope of prompts. And it might even bring out more emergent capabilities that we haven't discovered yet. That keeps happening. So an example would be passive LoRa detailers. You know, we didn't really use those last year much. They started coming in towards the end of the year. And a lot of people still don't know about it. Yes. Okay. So, 134, yeah? We can only do 100. So we'll do 100 and then we'll do 34. There we go. 134 in the tank. Okay. I just want to see it do a couple and then I'm happy. So there is the finished caption. So obviously what I'll do is I'll just copy those files into this file because look, they've got the matching file name. So I'll just go to this folder, grab them, chuck them all in here, and we'll put it on Civet, retrain it. So I'll keep an eye on that 131, okay? And then we're going to open up a new tab. I think we'll just use this one, right? We can duplicate it. Okay. Get rid of that. So I want to take a quick look while we're letting that cook. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of these. So RGB stream. RGB. Have you not got it in here? Is that... Oh. Do I need to restart? Oh, that's a pain. I wonder if I just haven't refreshed. Let's find out. Yeah, I gotta restart it by the looks of it. That's okay. Okay, so while we're waiting, let's see how Kling is doing. Kling is gonna be 1 minute. You will discover something because you're going the uncharted route, right? Yeah. I mean, you could say that. I mean, it's not really that uncharted. I think that the thing is that a lot of people are currently using auto taggers that still use old captioning models. A lot of people haven't moved over to QuenVL, and I think it has a much more natural way, definitely a more accurate way. It's got less, like when it fails to a worse degree. Like it's never going to call a person a tree. It's never going to imagine things in the scene that, well, look, I'm not going to say never because maybe it does. I haven't used it that much. But my impression is that it's more accurate than some of the tagging systems that we've been using. And I've been a big fan of the tagging systems, even though I'll always say manual tagging is best. I think you have a caption. I use the caption root system. So all of my captions are divided up by like a sub, like you'll have a subgrouping in your data set of different things that you're trying to train. And then all of the variations on that concept will start with the same sequence of tokens. And so it helps, so you've got like a sort of branching memory thing going on. And it keeps, it's all related, it's all very common, you know. So I'm trying to exploit nearest neighbor to give me a tight cluster of knowledge. So it's reinforcing itself with what it knows. But it's also able to draw from the base memory as well. So you end up with like, you know, you don't necessarily have to train everything. Like, for example, if it already understands the concept of a top hat, then, you know, as long as you can still type wearing a top hat and get one, you know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to train all 100 types of top hat. So you can kind of lean on the model for certain things. Like it knows what a black leather jacket is, for example, you know? So I'm kind of invoking the model. Because, you know, I haven't really given it an explanation of... I haven't given it... is that a black leather jacket? If you have Impact Pack, you could use Q Trigger Countdown. It's better than Q 200. Interesting. Yeah, it is kind of annoying. I don't know why they kind of changed the behavior so it like doubles every time. And then it stops at 100. It used to go over 1,000, so... yes. Let's have a look at that. Impact Pack. Impact Q Trigger Countdown. Yeah. That's cool. Do you know what I mean? See, I like him. I've been using Impact Pack for a long time, and I don't know about this feature. There are so many features. It's kind of crazy, actually. So let's just change this here to FBF Collective Notes. Collective Pack update 1. What's this? Get rid of that. There we go. Oh no. Ah, this node pack. Yarp. There it is. Whoa. Hey. It's ready to rock. Just a shame there's nothing in it yet. But yeah, I've already there we go. So I've basically already done all of the legwork with the thing today. So, like, the files are already in the pack. We've already written all of the documentation, and the init file's already updated, and it's all showing green. So it should just be a case of restarting Comfy when this captioning queue is done. It shouldn't take long. Is it like not keeping it loaded or something? There's something... Hang on, let me just check something here. Is it like... Ah. Crumbs. So, it's nearly done 34. So hang on, I'll stop it when it gets to 100. Yeah. Cool. It's nice how it like crushes the image. But yeah, oh, it's the preview, isn't it? I forgot it's the preview, of course it is. So, right. So I guess we want to start at 34 then. And hopefully that's not the exact same image. Yeah, it's all because I forgot to keep the model loaded, so it was taking longer than it should. It was actually loading the model every time, which isn't great. So yeah, put that to 100. It's not doubling this time, is it? 34, go. And let's see, the last one it did was Fractal 4. Oh god, it's got a weird number order, but it should match. I bloody hope it does. It's weird, all these images have been crushed. I reckon they must have been downscaled for training or something. It's funny, when I look at them... Nope, they've been horribly crushed here as well. What the hell? Oh well. How big is it? Oh, this... Are they in a zip file or something? Why wouldn't it give me the number? Gotta do it yourself. 512. Ah, that's why. There's some of these are low res. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. It's going a bit quicker this time. Let's check out them videos. Okay, what do we got? Whoa, it went a bit mad towards the end there. Yeah, she's kind of warping through herself, but some of these shots are good. It's almost like some of the shots are good and you could use them, but you can't. You know what I mean? You can only use bits of it. But that's better than like... Yeah, you could definitely make something with this. Even if you just cut it up and used it to drive other stuff. Wow, that's a really cool background though. It's actually managed to bring out all of the stuff I gave it to. Look at that. That is actually the scene. Oh, she's kind of shape-shifting a lot. Kind of unstable. And she's dancing again. Go on, start dancing. It's a really dramatic moment, so you should be dancing, right? Oh, I love it. Surprisingly stable. The stuff in the background is surprisingly detailed. She's remaining relatively, apart from the glitching, you know what I mean? She's relatively consistent. She only really needs to hold it down for like 1 to 3 seconds. So the way I'm looking at this is it's like a way to get scenes that you can then take into editing, and maybe you can save it in the edit, you know what I mean? And to be honest, some people like this kind of glitching around stuff. I think it's going to become a special effect. You know, one day people will be like, I need to make that. I need to make it look like that, but not with AI. I want to do it with After Effects plugins or something. Wow. It's funny to see, this is kind of like the future where open source is headed. It's kind of like a peek at what we've got to look forward to. I haven't even used the motion controls and stuff. I'm just letting it take the wheel. Using my images. It's doing a pretty good job. It's going to make a good music video anyway. Whoa. See, I got this whole thing where sometimes instead of picking the best stuff, we just put it all together and put a date on it and say, this is what it was like on the 17th of February 2025. And people will go, oh, wow. Like, because, of course, the thing is, it'll get to the point where everything is this kind of tech and no one will remember what it was like when they were building it. Right, let's get to the last one. Very CGI face, but it is kind of like an anime illustration. So it is going to look a little bit strange, I think, when they try to do that. That's really good. Man, do I have to make another song with a girl singing again? Damn, she's in Funk World right now. Oh, I tried to give her a sword and it wasn't having none of it. It was like, no, I want to do... Do you know what it looks like? It looks like the Clone Wars or something. Like the face, I mean. The way it's done, the way the faces are done. But they're a little bit Disney-fied as well. Can't put my finger on it. It's sort of like some kind of video game. Man, can you imagine when they make video game cutscenes with AI? So they like train, you know what I mean? Take a video of the game, you know, and then generate the rest. So it's like, I don't know. It's just mental. It's just mental. Okay, so now what happens when we start to screw with it? Just a little bit. So when I say when we screw with it, what I mean is let's just throw that bad boy in there and do another one. We'll just do one now. There's no need to do 4. Do they have motion controls? Not on this mode. Okay. Oi! These are coming out real nice though. Depth map from Unreal Engine 5 is driving the render by now. Interesting. I use count as seed. Electrolab says, I wonder if the node making fractals could animate them somehow. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Maybe we can just throw them into a video generator. You know what I mean? Oh, seriously? How is it 21 minutes for just one image? But it's anyway, whatever. They are. These are really nice. So let's do something a little bit less crazy. Hang on. Where are we? Here we are. She is the machine. Whoa, what? Holy incredible biomorphing body dysmorphia. Ah, there we go. We got something reasonable. Let's get rid of all these and get a whole new set. See, really, I want to be doing this with IP adapter. Let's try and find ones with holding guns this time. Oh, there's one. She's holding guns. Ooh. Holding guns anymore? Anymore? Got any more? Some of these are wild. Like, what is going on? Is she in space? She was holding a gun. She's holding it. It's not very good, though. Maybe the gun's out of shot. We'll use that. Okay. And this one will be a four-piece. Are we done? There we go. A four-piece. What about stuff from later on in the set when there was like multiple people? Yes. I want to get some multi-shot stuff and see how bad it is, because it might be like a hallucinatory mess, which is like, you know, they're all just glitching around. So let's find out if it can handle multi-persons. Is that another one? Yeah, there's another one. That's a big gun. God damn. Whoa. How'd your legs get so long? And that would actually be good for atmospherics. We got any more candidates? Yeah, it's that one. It's dreamy. And these should all be 4K, so it's having to shrink them down to push them into whatever it's using them for. Now, we never really know what they're doing. There are ways of fast training. So, you know, I doubt they do. I think they just do it like an IP adapter or some kind of LoRa that enables image to video, but I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, like, it is possible, and some platforms did do this. They experimented with it. So when you do image to video, you would actually train a very lightweight, fast LoRa, and then they would use that. It's so crazy when you think about it. It's like, yeah, wait, they did what? It just sounds like a crazy thing. All right. Let's cook another one of those and then change it up again. To something a little bit more sort of, what do you call it? Something a little bit more mysterious. Damn. It's a mystery. That is a good one. So many good shots. Ah, there we go. I knew I had more like multi-people scenes. Multi-persons. It's so amazing to me how it has perfectly captured all the details of all these little control panels and the line art on everything, and here the corridors and everything. It's just crazy how well it managed to train all that stuff, and the hardest part is actually making it still come out sharp when you are stacking all these different things. And I thought, you know, if we have a chance, we'll have to have a look at the UNet block LoRa loading, because that's a solution. Do we go for that one or that one? This is so cool. I think I'm going to use this one just to dose it up. I might get, do you reckon they'll give me a oi if I try and do a fifth? There was only one video there. I'm gonna give it a blast and see if they say, oi, stop abuse. Audio these clips. Yeah, good idea. Well, that's where they're gonna go. See, I'm gonna put them all into a folder and we'll use them in a phase 2, because we got phase 1 workflows that generate you primitive image and video. Then you got phase 2 workflows that do either in painting, upscaling, enhancing, out all that stuff. And then you got phase 3, which is where you can do like lip syncing, audio. So technically, yeah, it's you know what I mean. You use phase 2 assets in phase 3, and then finally you've got like your phase 4, where you now do like background removal and put that talking character into a different scene. So it's like there's like, it's like the comfy iceberg, you know. At the top you've just got making images and stuff, and then it sort of goes deep. It's like we didn't even use ControlNet yet. See, one thing I did a lot was converting things into ControlNet maps so that I could then make things later. Like a lot of people were like, how do you get that camera angle? And the way you do it is actually in Comfy. Let me just let's see. A while back somebody linked a project which is a really common project. Let me see if I can find it again. I remember somebody linked it and I was like, I've had that forever and I didn't even know that was in that. So if I can find it, let's see if I can find it real quick. In case you guys are like, you know, quicker with the memory than me, I'm talking about an open pose node which is in 3D. So it's like a 3D open pose node, and it's in a really common. Is that it? No, it's not that one. So right now I'm just searching on that. Hey, is it finished? What? It's finished? Okay, it's finished. Right, so we need to duplicate the tab and go back to output, cat, pose map, one vision. What? Ah, there we go. Quen, Genesis, cat. There we go. So now we've got. Oh wow, they even had different file names. That was lucky. Why does it say 870 items? There's nowhere near 870 items in here. Oh, okay. It just suddenly changed to 134. Don't even ask. So we copy that. Wait. Yeah. So yeah, copy that. And then paste it in here. There we go, instant data set. Right, so obviously the file names match. You can tell because you've got a checkerboard pattern when you scroll it up, you know, because it's like it's an image and a text file, image and a text file. You can obviously check it in other ways like this. You can make it into columns. And look, if you scroll all the way down, it's columns all the way down. That means the file names match. So you don't need to read them all. You can just do that, do a pattern. Anyway, it works for me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to compress this to a zip file. We're going to go straight over to Civet And obviously we can do a restart on this bad boy now, so we can check out our custom nodes in a minute. Oh, look at that. I used to make this sort of stuff, like aliens, space jockey robots. Super cool. Okay. So we'll go like this. Trainer Laura. Now, you guys have seen me do this before, so we're not going to waste any time. I'm going to call it Genesis. Genesis. What was it? Nah. I'll say QVL. V2. Alright. What the heck? This is a bit new. They've got like import from generator, add from profile, and then reuse dataset. It's cool. Never used any of those options. I'm just going to use the one I normally use, which is this one. Let's just double check that because there are two of them in the exact same folder. So yeah, they're mine. That's good. It's done with captions. Okay, so I own this thing. I agree. It's going to upload them. You can check the progress in the top right there. We're going to go to Flux Dev. We're not going to do rapid training. We're going to get some examples. So I usually go for like the first one from the middle, and then one from the end. Just like that. For the training parameters, it's actually pretty easy. I just go with 10 epochs and 20 repeats. I leave everything else pretty much the same, but I do 1024. What's this? Okay. I've never seen it give a thing pop up there. A batch size of 2 will train 2 at once. Okay. It's new. Oh, and then I go for Prodigy. And I do 816, which is a little bit higher. And that's just about everything you need to do. There are loads of other things, and I've experimented with this sort of stuff in the past, but that's pretty much all you need to do with a small data set like we have right now. The only thing that I sometimes change is sometimes I'll change the noise offset to I think it was 0357. Okay, but to be honest, 01's fine. And the other thing that sometimes you can do is put the S&R penalty between 3, 4 or 5. I used to use 3 a lot. Now I leave it on the default of 5. It's kind of like subjective whether you prefer the look of a model that's been trained with these slightly different settings. The point is, it looks like what you want it to look like, right? Does it look like what you want it to look like? You know? Okay. So then we submit. What? Batch sizes greater than 2 are not supported for resolutions over 512. Okay. Now I understand. And now what's it saying? Oh, and now there's too many steps. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You can only do... what's the name of it? You can only do 10,000 steps on Civit's Laura Trainer. Now, there are ways of getting around this. Okay. Kind of. Alright. Obviously, you can reduce your epochs. You can reduce your repeats. Some people say do 10 repeats for more epochs. So, like 16. And look, see how we're now closer? 10,720. Now, of course, the other thing to get around it would be to just go back to 512. And then we can have the 4 batch back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check something, because I got a funny feeling that these images might all be quite small. So are we in a zip file? Yeah, we're in a zip file. Let's just go back to the main thing here. Right. So if we go to detail mode, right click the bar, go to more, scroll down until you find D, and then you've got dimensions. dimensions. And then we can just check it, because I got a funny feeling that it is a 512. Yep, it's a 512 data set. So what we're going to do. Normally my data set's at 1024, but for some reason this one's smaller. So that means I can just go back to doing what I was doing. Still giving me... Oh yeah, 4. There we go. See, now it's only 6,700. Easy peasy. But only because the image was smaller. If that was a high-res data set, we'd have to probably what I would do is drop some epochs and just see how it looks. Often you're overtraining anyway. Weird thing about Prodigy and Cosine is you're making an S shape through the epochs. But anyway, enough talk. Let's start training. Okay. What the heck is this? February 3rd needs training parameters. I wonder what that was. Well, I won't look at it just in case it was work related. Alright. So that's 1. That's 1. But to be honest, that's one more than 0. So what I'm going to do then is, because like I said, I got a ridiculous amount of buzz to burn now. They keep on giving me buzz. I need to burn through it. When I say give, I mean buy. Okay. So then, should we have a look at these new nodes then, shall we? Finally got there. It's going to be after Toad's frame manipulator, so we'll go with frame duplicator first. What the? That's not good. That's not good. Do I need to refresh the page or something? I think we already had that one. Frame duplicator. Ooh, it's not coming up. Okay, what's the next one? LTX con. That was not coming up either. Makes me think I didn't even restart the damn thing. Hang on a minute. Comfy UI, custom nodes, FBF collective, and it's got all the new nodes and all the new write-ups in it. Yeah. Is it? Safe tensors. I mean, I'll run it again, but I don't think we really need to. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, well, let's just restart it because the new nodes aren't showing up. I can do more inspection in a minute. How are we doing over here? 8 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I never found out where that, like I said, I swear it's in one of the packs that we have, like a really commonly known pack. I think somebody linked it, and it was on their, it was on their explanation, you know, it was on their README. And I was like, oh, that's in that, is it? Oh. And I don't seem to be able to find it now. It's the most annoying thing. It happens all the time. So it's basically like a really cool tool where you can hand place a skeleton, you know, like a mannequin, in open pose. And then you can obviously send that to your image generation, and it's probably one of the best ones I've seen. But I can't find it. Classic. Was it? It's not this. Oh, slideshow. Huh. Interesting. Logo animator, cool. Video effect sender and video effect receiver. Wait, what? Show text frames index. What? What am I looking at? He's doing... Oh, is this like is this like my batch thief? It looks like my batch thief, but it's got multiple like a big rack. Interesting. The video flicker. Oh wow, that's just like ours, but different. Video transition. Yeah, nice. We were talking about this yesterday. Smart saver. Cool. Big letters. I like that. Big letters. Clean prompt. Hey, I've got one of those. Create JSON. Okay. Crazy prompt. Color analyzer. Fast slow motion. 5 LoRa random. Do you know, I had the idea. I had that idea the other day. Oh, random LoRa's. You know what I mean? But I think he actually means random strengths and stuff. Let's see if it's restarted then, shall we? Frame shuffle, frame buffer glitch. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're showing up. So what do we do when they're not showing up? Well, what I would do is I would just check the code. So if we go to frame duplicator, which is here. Ah, see, this is why. The file name doesn't match the function name. So let's just make sure there's nothing else where it says that. Yeah, there is, look. That's okay. That's actually not Sonic's fault. That's my fault. Because when I put it in this list, I changed the name of the file so it would match the node mappings. But it's no big deal, because what we can do is what I just did. We can just choose one of them, either the original or not. I know that the init.py is written this way, and the file name matches what's in the init. So it's easier just to change the class definitions in the node, and because it doesn't matter what it is. There we go. And then, because we've still got sonification in the category, so it's not like, you know, you don't know. So that would be frame duplicator, and I suspect we've got a similar thing going on for the rest. So let's check out the rest. So LTX con delta. Hang on. What the heck? Why is there... Oh, there's multiple nodes in this one. So you got apply LTX con delta there, and you got load LTX con delta there. So if we just keep going, you got LTX conditioning. Okay, so there's a lot in here. So the node and the node mappings are a bit of a nightmare. I think this one might need some attention. But it looks like I need to add 5 nodes for this one node, I think. So like if I change that to save LTX con delta, I don't know if this will work. Let me just find, well, I don't know. Look, LTX con delta, done. And then they're defined inside of it. So it seems to be happy. Let me just see. No, it's not happy. No. That's not. I think that maybe this one might run when it's not inside here. Oh well, we'll just have to find out, won't we? You may need to refresh or restart. Yes, definitely we do, yeah. I'm just having a quick look through the rest of them. So mixer sonif, matches mixer sonif, matches mixer sonif, psych, I think that's good. Are we done? Are we done already? Yep. So frame duplicator, shall we see if it's there now? Yay! Get shuffle out the way. So frame duplicator, so we'll get a load video on the upload, put that in there.
Much higher rate.
Let's see if we can get a whoa. We get a different video. Is that all we got? That's all we got.
But it just isn't.
Okay. Frame duplicator. And I want a VHS combine, please. What the? It just did loads of other weird shortcuts. Video combino. Oh, are you kidding me? Right. Video, combine, enter. There, I'll do it that way. Right, I think I must have missed by a pixel. Put that one there and call it 25. I want to put that on 25 as well. Forget the audio for now. So number of frames, 1. Go. Oh, hang on a minute. This is for images, isn't it? Not video. Isn't it? It's for images. Right, I'm watching him in the thing. Okay. Image. I want 10 frames then. Yeah? I think I get it. Now I'm going to get a video which is 10 frames. I got it. Okay. Frame duplicator. I wonder why it does it like this. Oh well. It's kind of a awkward shape for the node workflow, but that's okay, I can deal with it. So we'll call that one Frame Duplicator. Okay. All right, next. LTX Con Delta doesn't work, but that's okay. Move on to mixer sonification. Mixer sonif. There we go. Right, now this is for 2 audios, right? So let's do it with load audio first. Get 2 load audios, plug them in, and get a preview audio coming out, right? Audio, we'll use Johnson sample, and we'll use Ganiel. And we'll just have them both talk at the same time. So 50-50 mix, let's turn that one off.
Wow, quick zebras jump through blazing fields. How's that ethereal whimsical generations or not?
And then turn the fit longer on. Oh, look at this beautiful logging. Well done, mate. Extra marks. You get to actually see all of this. Love it.
Wow, quick zebras jump through blazing fields. The sky itself is arguing with us. Generations or not, it's a hazard. Look at this storm.
Excellent. Well done, mate. I like it. That's going to come in super handy. Because mine doesn't work. So this one is going to be audio mixer. Okay. And we turn that one off. And we go to the next one. Lovely, mate. That's exactly what we needed. Psych. It's also called audio driven whatever. So yeah, let's go. Psych. Audio driven RGB. Can you find it by typing audio driven? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. I was worried for a minute there. So audio driven RGB modifier. Now is this video? I believe it is video. Alright. So how about we do a load video. Helps if you hit the D. That's what they say. Okay, so images to the images. And then audio to the audio. This has audio.
We expected a much.
Gonna hit it with the 25 frames per second. Then we want the video combine. Pass the audio straight through. Image to image. Like something like that. Boom. Okay, let's give it a blast. Do I have to? Is it? Well, defaults should always be good to see what it does. So let's find out what we get. Oh, we put it on GIF. I'll have to do it again. H264 at 25, please. Yeah, you can stop that. I'm making a GIF. Whoops. Psych makes the RGB channels independently respond to audio. Okay. Whoa.
Expected a much higher rate of growth, but it just isn't there. Well, in quarter 2, we expected a much higher rate of growth, but it just isn't there.
The nightclub industry. Looks like a documentary on the nightclub industry. Very cool. So then we'll go Control G, and this would be audio driven RGB modifier. Put that one up there and turn it off. Next is RGB zoom. RGB Zuma. RGB zoom. Say it ain't so. So let's see what's happened here then. So we've got RGB zoom, and the file name is RGB zoom, correct? But in the actual code, it's RBG with a capital Z. So I'm going to make it a lowercase z like it is in all the rest. Go down the bottom and make it a lower z. There we go, look, green. You can leave that one uppercase though. Save that. So that one's ready on the next restart. Let's just shut some of these down. Okay, the next one is video echo. So let's just keep going. Save the restarts. Video echo. Nope. So again, same process. Check that. So first thing, they all have to match except for this one, which is the label. Okay. So capitalization has to be an underscore as well. Dashes never work well. And it has to match the file name too, because it's dot video echo. That's what it is. Dot video echo means there's a file in the root called dot video echo. So there it is. And when we open it up, that's all it is, look. Underscore. And don't feel bad. I used to spend my life fixing things like this, which nobody could figure out, because it's like a needle in a haystack, and there's no real rhyme or reason. Just there's rules. Some things have to match in some places, and in other places sometimes they have to take a different form. I don't know. I didn't write the code or the language. I didn't write the language. We just try to speak it, you know, badly, like English. So there it is. The video echo should be now fixed. So what's the next one? Video RGB splitter. So let's see if we can get that one up. Video RGB splitter. Nope. Okay, so let's find out. I know what that one is. It had a different name. It was like really long. So video RGB splitter. So we check the file name. Video RGB splitter. They match okay. So then we go in and it's video frame RGB. So if I just take out the frame, and I appreciate that maybe it isn't video RGB, but it is video frame. I'm not trying to make it difficult to understand what it is. I'm just getting it to work. Okay, and then we got voice mod. So let's try voice mod. Maybe voice mod works, right? Yep, voice mod works. Cool. Whoa, look at that. Oh, I still can't copy paste in Comfy, guys. It's becoming an issue. So I'm going to use my voice as the audio in, and I'm going to use Daniel as the modulator. Like that. I won't change a thing. What was this called? The video something thing. RGB splitter. There it is. Thing. Let's run it. I mean, everything works, which is great. Do you know what I mean? We haven't had anything that doesn't work. It's just, you know, all of that renaming of the function and the file name and all this crap, that's just to make it work in a pack form. I'm sure that these worked fine as standalone nodes before I got my grubby hands on them. So, cool. Look at this one. Look at this one. STFT analysis. Inverse STFT. You're crazy. You're doing Fourier transforms. He's crazy. What did it do? Attach the spectrogram output to video combine. Oh. Now I feel foolish. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's going to be a video in it, so it's going to pop out.
Wow, Zebra's just through blazing fields. How's that ethereal musical butterfly?
All right, I'm going to do it again because I need the thing. There we go.
Zebra's just through blazing fields. How's
Oh, that's excellent. Turn that off. And then we've got, what, one more left, I think? RGB stream. And then we've got to reboot and see if I manage to fix the rest or if I should quit my day job again. RGB stream. Aha! This one just works. Okay, so it takes images. Okay. RGB zoom. What about RGB zoom? That one was up here. We have to go back to it, I think. Unless I'm like being crazy again. So yeah, put video in, video out. The audio goes straight past. Lovely jubbly. Oh crap. And this one's called RGB stream. Let's see it. Oh, that's weird. My door's open. Hang on. Trying to heat up the whole county. I can't afford that. Oh my god, it's like a strobe fest. Okay, so it works. There's another one that works anyway, bottom line. I might just do that for the strobe stuff. Just for now, okay? Just for the strobing. Sometimes it looks a bit funny when it's been recompressed and all the rest of it broadcast. Okay, so we will give this one's saved. So let's restart. And hopefully we've resolved the few nodes that weren't loading. Meanwhile, back in the Kling dimension. Whoa, that was a really strong intro, and then it like kind of went into a trip. That was a really strong opening. Damn. Download without watermark. And now I need to remember. Ah, yeah, that's right. This one had the kaleidoscope of fractals attached to it. I can't really see any influence of the fractals here. So I think all it did was just confuse it. It's probably what caused all of this. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Refresh. That's not good. I got nothing. I get nothing for this page. Okay. Oh, it's coming back to life. Wow, what's going on? The internet's just like completely screwed over itself somehow. No more credits? Ah, there's loads of credits. It's just glitching. I'm just going to download them all. Oh crap. Downloading so many copies of the same thing, hey? It's weird because we're streaming okay. It must be my connection to China. We'll come back to it in a minute. I can't believe it. It took forever to download the videos, and now they're like, now we're getting lag. It's lagging. So yeah, we'll come back to this when it's figured its life out. For now, we are here. We have already done the bit. So now let's just get this section done. So if I put that there and turn him off. Let's start going back up. So video RGB splitter is one we don't have. So video RGB splitter. There we go. So we're going to take one of these and one of these. Like that. What? There we go. RGB splitter. Video. Okay. What? Did I call that the wrong name? Yes. It's... Oh yeah, I had the thing. I keep forgetting. Double click it. Voice mod. I'm so used to my old ways. Okay, so go like that, and then the bottom one. No, it's that one. No. 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 What? What's going on here? Video RGB splitter. But I changed the name of it. Off, on, off, on. Bonkers. Right, okay. RGB splitter on. And then voice mod turns on. Bugs. Bugs. This used to be called that. So, even though I've updated it, bugs. Okay, voice mod is apparently on, so we turn that off. Cool. And now we turn on that one. Now it works. Whatever. I'm not going to argue. Let's just get on with it, right? So RGB video splitter, go. Who made RGB splitter? Was it not you? Oh wow, look at that. It's turned it into 3x3. Green, blue, red, apparently. Okay. It's not you then. You didn't make this one. Okay, well somebody made it. And it seems to be splitting it into 3 channels. You can see the channels. It's just they're black and white now. Maybe Toad? Yeah, maybe. I like how he's managed to make them into a 3x3 without just, you know, just with a node. Just like that. He's made them into a grid there. Probably should have called it RGB grid. Okay, so that's that one out of the way. Next, we're moving on to, I think, did we get video echo? Nope. Video echo. Now, is there anything special about this one, Sonic? I mean, they're all special, but you know what I mean. So we just go straight in, because I'm just doing the demos, do you know what I mean? Thoink. Theonk. Oh, thoink. You can definitely thoink, but I don't think you can theonk. Echo is development on your node. Ah, so this is supposed to go through Trails first, yeah? Just like that. If there's any modifications you want me to make to these, let me know. I'm going to put the group together. Oh, it fixes that you can actually see it. So I think you said you have to put it on blend mode additive to get this effect right. Is that correct? Compare with Trails V2. Yeah, I've got it here. You know, I should probably make a workflow like this for DJ Z nodes, so you've just literally got like all the effects. It's actually a brilliant idea. I probably should start building it tomorrow. It'll probably take me like a week to build it. That's the trouble. When you do a lot of work, you end up creating a lot of work, even though you save yourself a lot of work. Trails 2 can only output dark frames. Cool, 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 cool. Yes, it's because all it does is create trails on the movement pixels, so everything else goes to black. But I like what you did with this node. So motion-based trails, very cool. And look at this: red bleed, green bleed, blue bleed. Can I put all of that to up if I want? Yeah, I could. I want to do it on the default first so people know what they're getting. Here we go. Oh boy. I had it on additive. Did I do it right? Tell me if I did it right, because there's still a lot of black in the frame, you know? This is what I expected. So isn't there something I have to change here then from the default? Like, I used additive because I thought that's what you wanted me to use, but you do not need to connect it to your node. Oh! Oh, so I've actually just doubled it up. Okay, he doesn't need my node on it. So we can just run it like that. So I've just created a new effect then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Super glitchy, I like it. Right, we'll let this one run one more time so I can prove that that works. While it's running, let's look up the next one. I think we already did RGB zoom. Let me just check. Frame duplicator. I don't think we did. I think, in fact, RGB zoom is up next. RGB zoom, baby. Oh, look at that. I forgot to put the audio, but that's okay because it's not really about audio. But yeah, look at this. Ah, dude, it looks great. It looks like it's it looks like somebody is trying to generate it live and it's glitching out as it's trying to make stuff. So it's almost like a futuristic gen video, like hologram or something. I don't know. It's like it looks really convincing, but it's really obviously a computer, you know? These sorts of little effects. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Alright, so let's turn the echo off and we go to zoom. Just run it on defaults. That's the thing. I just run it on defaults. Give it music. I'm not sure if I've got any music in my inputs right now. It's okay. Look at this. 5 minutes. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm definitely not going to give it any music just right now. Okay, it's fine. We got plenty of stuff that we're doing. What comes after RGB zoom? Is that all of them? I think it is. I think that's all of them, isn't it? Splitter, echo, RGB zoom, mixer, no. We've got that done. It's just Con Delta that doesn't work. That would have gone here, but it's kind of like Con Delta is its own thing. Alright, let's put that back up there. Yes. Okay. Because I try to get, you know what I mean? I try to like stay on top of things if I can, you know what I mean? It's difficult, really difficult. Because there's just so much happening. You don't even remember where you are half the time. Like if I get through books of notes of like what I'm working on, what's actually finished, you know, ideas, blah blah blah, and I swear to God, sometimes I like forget it, and it's like just derails the whole day. I've got like what was it, 2 A5s and an A4 book on the desk right now, and they're all pretty much full. And stacks of the things everywhere. You think, I was like, what, you're writing stuff down? It's like, yeah, I do. I actually write more than I type, which is kind of crazy because it used to be the other way around. It's like AI made me write more with a pen, which is weird because, you know, whenever I type, I'm like, AI could be doing this. Whenever I type now, like, AI could be doing this. Why am I typing? You know? It's funny. Like, obviously, you need to type short bits and pieces here and then, you know, but I mean, like long form typing. It's like you could have just spoken it, you could have asked an AI to read and summarize. It's just pointless, waste of time. I think we've looked at everything in this pack now, right? I think we have. Zoom range when extreme it will take longer. Okay, so is it because is that a default? Because you might want to alter the default. Or tell me to alter the default, I guess. Range. Zoom range of 1. Tip. It does simple zoom, full color. Zooms on music. Ah, simple zoom. True. Right, so what you want to do then is you want to have this be true in the defaults, and then if people want to mess around, they can turn it off. Make what 0.12? The range. Okay, so 0.12. All right, well, when it's finished, because it is 128 frames, mind. It's a 5-second video we're looking at, right? So I'll change the zoom range. Do you think simple zoom would be better to have on by default? I've changed the range as well, as you said to do. But I'm just saying, like, while I've got the code here, where is it? RGB zoom defaults. Come on. Right, zoom defaults. See, we got I could change that to true. And I could change this to 0.1. Simple zoom much faster. Yeah, so okay, so I'll change that to true. Save that. Should we leave the range at 1 because this is so much quicker, or shall we change this to simple, easy, and fast to test? So it doesn't matter then? I don't need to bother changing the default zoom range? Because I'm sure people will appreciate. Tell me if you want me to change the default to 0.1 or not. And then we did. Change it to 0.1 too. Okay. Hopefully it lets us do that. Save that. And then we'll test that value. Oh yeah.
Of growth, but it just isn't there. Well, in quarter 2, we expected a much higher rate of growth.
Crazy. All right, so let's try it again with the new settings. And instead of 5 minutes 36, it's going to be 30 seconds. Yeah. That's a huge difference. So let's see what the difference is, you know, how that plays out. Because that's actually a really interesting extreme. It's an extreme showing. Man, I'm gonna have to start doing either longer streams or like an additional stream or something, because I just feel like we're not keeping up with the wave. Like, you know what I mean? 3 hours a day isn't enough. It's genuinely not enough. Too much happens. Okay, so simple zoom doesn't do the color thing.
Quarter 2, we expected a much higher rate of growth.
But it's moving the camera. It almost looks like a subtle. It almost looks like a handshake from handheld camera there. But you can see the zoom.
Growth.
That's very good. Very good. All right. We've changed the defaults as well. So there it is. Let's just do a new version of this. Update 1.1 because... Oh, you can't do that. Update 01. How about that? So yes, export it. Good. Okay, cool. Now we can put it in and we can update the pack. I've already written all the documents, so it's time to push it. Now, I did notice that when you download this with Comfy, if you pick version 1, it seemed to be empty for me. So you might want to try just git cloning the archive, and I'll try and find out why that's happening. It might be that I have to push it again or something. Maybe it's gone wrong. But... Oh, no, wait, no, hang on. Yeah, I am right. So I downloaded it from Comfy Manager and the folder was empty. So I don't know what that's about, but we'll figure it out, like I say. If you do a git clone from GitHub into the custom nodes, like you know, the manual method, it's fine. So, date modified. So we've got RGB zoom. So everything that we made today, please. Ah, shit, that's everything. Go up to there, there. Yeah, so all of that. That was today. There you go. Yep. Okay, I have seen the pull requests. I will get round to them. Okay, so in case anybody didn't know, it's possible for you to do a fork. Where is it? You can fork the repo, and then it's in your GitHub. You can change stuff, and then if you want to, you can actually do a merge or a pull request to put your fixes into the main branch. It's something you can do, and then you know, I could come along and agree to the changes, and then you know what I mean. This is how, it's the wonder of GitHub. It's how everything actually gets done. So it's another reason why I love it so much. Now the README hasn't been updated, so this is only a list of what was in the first update. But every single file does have an MD file. So I've tried my best to explain what the nodes are. So that is another task out of the way. What's going on here? All good. Alright, that's good. Feels good to not be using the auto taggers anymore. Okay. That's another excellent scene. It's actually a really... Oh, starting to wobble a bit. Surprisingly stable. Wow. Whoops. I keep on downloading the default, which will have... See, it doesn't really matter if you get it with a watermark or not, but... it's just one thing less to do to get it without the watermark. Oh my god, she's got a gun. Looks like a video game I need to create, doesn't it, guys? It's that video game I've been wanting to make for the last 10 years. But like super derped out with AI assets. Hell yeah. Yeah. Just have like enemies with AI face. You know, like you freeze the game, you pause the game and zoom in on the screenshot, and they've all got like stable diffusion faces and extra hands and stuff. And you're just like, yup. That's the game. Damn. Whoa. Okay, she was glitching hard, but wasn't too bad. To be honest, I think this actually holds up. It's glitchy, but it's AI, right? So the usable sections will go together nicely. I think I'm just going to be generating the crap out of stuff like this on the side tonight. Oh. It's, the prompt is just a woman with a leather jacket and red hair is exploring a vibrant post-futurism world of adventure. That's what the prompt is. So we're not really trying that hard when it comes to the prompt, right? It's funny how it gives her eye patches sometimes. Ah, it's because in this one she's got an eye patch. Damn. That one's alright. The character is almost consistent. I mean, I know if I wanted it to be consistent, you know, I would have actually used the same images the whole time. But I've been trying to see what the effect of those images is. And this reminds me of the Can game I was working on a long time ago. A couple of years ago, I worked on this platformer, which was 100% made with AI in 48 hours with Unreal. And it was done in 2D at the time because we didn't have the AI 3D. I think the next time we do it with 3D. It would actually ironically be easier to do in 3D than in 2D. It's ironic, but... Got any more? Got any more? Oh yeah, look at that. It really grabbed onto the clouds like I wanted it to. Damn, dude. Hell yeah, floating peoples. Like the quality. Oh, sheesh. What the hell? Okay, that's got to be the best one. That's crazy. You can even see all of the dudes in their armor and the clouds from my style. What? Her face is wrong, but that's okay. You can't have it all. There's been no face swapping or face ID or anything, so the fact that it's getting this close, every now and then it's close, but do you know what I mean? It's just a video game heroine type, Lara Croft-ish redhead type thing. It's not supposed to look like any real person or anything. But it does change a lot. It goes from like quite a round face to quite an oblong face at times. Even in the same clip as well, sometimes it'll start off as one style and then go into a completely different one. Right, let's see what else we can do with that, because I've just got images for days. Whoa. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Like I said, I see this as like a IP adapter, really. That seems to be how it works. Try and get something super varied. No. Oh, that looks crazy. I'm going to put that in there just for a bit of flavor. What the heck? Put that in for a bit of world. I could use that instead. It's possibly more interesting. Whoa! Some of these are just so crazy. See. Damn! It's such a hard thing. Try going the other way. Go in. Go in. That's an interesting little shot. Okay. I'll have one of them. And I'll have another one of them. It's like, it would be easier if I'd actually curated this image set, but I just haven't got round to it yet. But essentially, it's like picking out the ones that aren't silly, and then trying to get it to use that for the prompts. So let's get rid of that group shot and go with that one. And then, whoa. And then get rid of that one and go with something else. Whoa! What is that? What? It doesn't look that great when you go in on it, but what the heck? Was it like a hot girl Space Marine? You know what I mean? Like they had to make Space Marine, you know, a big armor, big gun, big jetpack and all that, but had to still have sexy clothes, you know? I'm sure the game exists and I just don't know what it's called. But that's quite funny. I'm going to put that in just to see what it does. It's probably going to make atrocities. Is this a pigeon? That's one. And now let's go for a more classic rendition. The classics. So let's see. These, look at that. That's like almost a perfect, well, it's not the right style at all. What about that one? A little bit better. I mean, looking out, if that one wasn't saluting at a wall, that would have been a really good one. That one's pretty good because it's like robot companion type. And then this one is like, there's a golem. Oh my god. Wait. You know what I mean? Still got the wig. I've been using this one already with good effect. Haven't used that one because it seems too dark. Just too much shadow. That one's just highly detailed. I think this one might be the best one. Yeah, look, looks like I recreated it because it was that good. It's like it looks like it could be a turnaround of the same character. Only complaint is it's a bit dark. Too much shadow. You can't do much with images that are too dark like that. It's like that would have been a good one. That's like, looks like the front cover of a book. So it's like this one, the lighting and the sharpness are really good. But it's almost the wrong time period. It's almost just medieval and not tech. So I ended up using that one a lot. And that's just locking the pose down and letting it have fun. But yeah, seems to me like this new cling feature, God knows how old it actually is, but it seems to me like it is just an IP adapter for their video generator. Pretty much. Whoa, what? Whose head is this? Whoa, what the? That's a crazy pose. Is she getting out of the mech suit? It looks like the mech split in... It's look like her armor split in half. But for some reason the armor has wigs. You can see the arms, and she's like sitting in the middle of it. It's kind of hard to figure out. It also looks like she's got a third arm. Maybe a fourth arm, actually. Is that another arm there? 4 arms and no problems. Ah! Now that is atmospheric. Ah, wasn't it a shame when we got to the end of the stream and it just couldn't really make the thing? It did make a great image, it just broke. He broke it. Oh yeah, we went through a whole section of doing the same pose for a while. Oh man. Oh Jesus. Merc. She's a merc. Damn. Giant headgear. Where's that good one from before? Power Rangers. That's what that's from. Could go with that one, you know. We haven't got any white images in the set yet, so I'll go with that. Yeah. Unreal Engine AI Assistant seems to take a flight. Interesting. Okay, that's another 4 racked up. We're eating into our credits. I want to use them all up and, you know, make something with it, basically. So that's why we're doing this. Doing that one in the back. Let's just make sure that we actually submitted all of that. Just says 2 weeks ago. Ah, there we go, 17 minutes ago. Okay, so that's up to date. Jobs are good. Remember, you can join our Discord. The link is in the description if you want to join us. I'm going to be updating this here, so updated with this week's community node submissions. Thanks everyone. There we go. There it is. Really appreciate everybody getting involved. Like I said, it's a huge deal. It's nice to have some stuff that we've made being put out there into the wild. Okay. Meanwhile, let's have a look at my Genesis. Looks like it's going to take a while, guys. We'll get some results on that probably tomorrow by the looks of it. So let's just eliminate the images. So we've done this. That was an excellent feature for tonight. We'll probably do this every Monday, just catch up with community creations, whatever form that is. Because, you know, 1 week it might be this, 1 week it might be that. So it might be that we've made a bunch of 3D models people have submitted. It could be all kinds of stuff. But this is pretty much, you know, one of my focuses. We want to do more community stuff, and like I said, it's great that we've got not just my nodes, but also nodes from all the members up on our Discord, so that's so cool. And like I said, if you're thinking about writing a node and you want to submit it, all you have to do is post it in the thread. You know, we don't judge. We all wrote our nodes with O3 or Claude or something. So it's like, you know, write it yourself, write it with AI. We don't care. Does it work? Did it do what you wanted it to do? That's all that matters. Okay. Good job, guys. Good job. So obviously the trained laurers, which I'm going to be training, they're going to go up. So what we're talking about is retraining a bunch of my flux models, but using Quen to do an all new caption set. And that's why I created this workflow. So I'm just going to reset this one to 0 like that. And then just make this one a little bit more generic. So you could say photo of ZJZ like that. Get rid of that comma space there. So that's a bit more generic. Describe this image. So then this would be image set captioner. What the? Did I just do the insert thing with my fat fingers? Image set captioner. We changed it to span directories. Export, 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 export. Go over to my DJZ workflows and DJZ node workflows. Photo flux, captioning tools, and it's going to go in here with the rest of them. So that'll be that one there. So another captioning workflow. Close that now. We never put that one in as well, so I'm going to have to go back there too. Just remembered, we never put the workflow up. No, not there. If I go to repositories and FBF collective, there's no example workflow v0. Okay, so yeah, update 01, update 1, update 01, there it is. There we go. So now the new workflow is up also. Good stuff. Stop messaging me, people. Thank you. Not you guys. Real world. Real peoples. Okay, so have we got to this? I would like to get these out. However, I've got an interesting little thought experiment for you guys, as you've hung on so long. I've got an interesting little thought experiment for you guys, and we're going to be doing it in VS Code. So if I just close this folder right here, and we're going to open up my Kokoro. Hang on, Kokoro nodes. It's not there. Kokoro nodes. Kokoro. Where is it? Is it this one? This one? That one. Which machines? That's machines 10. It's fine. It's fine. In principle, it'll work the same. Okay. So here's a little thought experiment for you guys, okay? Let's get my super expensive multi-billion-dollar research software up. So we're going to have to extremely technical stuff here, guys. Let's just grey this out for a minute because it's too bright. In fact, let's do it in black. And I'll draw in white. Okay, we want the big brush, the biggest, but what? Come on, my guys. Do you know what? It's no wonder that people say that, you know, it's not very good. It's just not very easy to use. Let's do that. There we go. So we got something. Okay. So, Kokoro voices. Okay. If you remember, we use a bin file. So that means there's a model, okay, and then there's a bin file, which is obviously a lot smaller, that just has the voices in it, okay? So, oh, you can't even type. Forget it. Right, let's just keep going. So, right. With the blending, what we were doing is we were taking two images. See, this is why I really do need to be able to, like, draw. Why won't it let me draw? It's just it's the most retarded. Ah, here we go. Nope, that's not it. I don't know what the hell that is now. Whoa! Okay, so it's black. I've got yellow selected. Don't tell me I've got to change this. Oh. Microsoft, you are useless, but we figured it out. So what we're doing is we load a voice, okay, and it actually, we're picking a voice from a drop-down list, right? So what I did was I brought in this thing where you could get two voices. It came with a blending, right? Some weight, okay? But this is what I'm trying to say. So if I have the blend, right? So this is, what the heck? Why won't it change color? There. So let's say these are now blended together, okay? So we had a name and we had another name. We blended them together, right? Well, surely that means that we now have a voice, okay? So you put the two together, we have a new voice, right? That's not in the bin file. Okay, now remember I showed you we could do this spherical blend thing. So it's taking two things, and these are numpy shapes. See, this is where we're actually getting to the point now. Right? That's a big A. That's a big ape. So numpy shape, okay, equals voice. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we have a new node which, and then we have another new node which, so if I take my custom, you know, my voice shape, right? So there, and then there, and then just like get to the point. There we go. So this will be save and load. So, you know, I haven't decided, you know what I mean? It's like, what do you call them? Numpy voices? Yeah? So we have a node which saves the voice. So obviously you pick your blender options. And then when you're happy with it, it outputs a numpy shape, which you save. It could be .npy. It could be just .npy, because it is just a numpy shape, right? And so what that means then is that instead of having to like blend the voice every time, you can just load the voice. You see what I mean? You can just load the voice into the load node. So you'd have a save Kokoro voice node and a load Kokoro voice node. And then I just have it aware of a folder where you can put them. And then the drop down list gets populated by names. Hang on. The ONNX repo tool folder has a Python file to compile the bin with all the 50 official voices. The bin is not a voice, but a convenient pack. Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean though. Because the way I see it, there's 50 voices, right? That's what you got. You got 50 voices. But 50 times 50 is like 1500. And then you times that by 10 with my spherical blending and then you get 15,000 voices. So it's like it would be more convenient with that system to be able to save what you have cooked up, whatever you cooked up with your, by doing the blend and you set it, because I could make it more precise as well. It doesn't have to be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. That could be 0.10 to 0.20 with a full 10 in between. It doesn't take much to increase the granularity with another order of magnitude. It won't take much to do that. In fact, it already works. You just need to change the code so it'll allow you to put in the extra digit. So like I said, there's the ability to actually go to 140,000 voices, and so I'm sat there going, well, may as well make a format for saving voices, and then if I make another version that loads that voice, then you don't need to do the calculation for the blend, do you? Yeah, there are lots of and it opens up a lot more stuff. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to limit yourself to the bin. Now, it would be nice if we could train our own voices and make a bigger bin file, right? Because then you've got even more combinations. But what I'm saying is, for the purpose of creating, so saving custom blended voices as a standalone file. So I don't know what we would call it. What would you call it? Like dot. I mean, it's KVC, maybe. Cockero voice. Or you could say KKV, because Cockero voice. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much what I'm trying to get to, is this is the thing I want to mess around with for the next sort of 10 minutes. Okay? So here we are in a copy of my Cockero TTS project. If you have a look at the code for V3, see the slurp T? If I just went 0, 0, boys, stop trying to 0, 0. Now it's got, do you mean I've just gone from 14,000 to 150,000 voices just like that by making, so it's like, this thing's got legs. So what I think I have to do is have a little chat with our favorite developer and see if there's a way. So this will start out with a discussion. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, I noticed that the voices that are being applied with the Cockero logic for TTS, I noticed that the voices that are being applied with the Cockero logic are numpy shapes. And then here's an interesting thing which I do sometimes. Instead of asking a question, make a statement and then goad him into telling you more information. Okay? It actually bypasses a lot of refusal stuff. But, if you make a statement. So it's like if I said, did you know that clowns run the planet? Oh, no, I didn't even say, did you know? That was a question. I should say, clowns run the planet. And so then you might turn around to me and be like, no, they don't. It's run by the Illuminati. It's like, well, now you're oversharing. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not trying to be... It's just an interesting point of the art of conversation. So if I said, I noticed, because he might tell me I'm wrong, I've noticed the voices that are being applied to Cockero logic, with Cockero logic, are numpy shapes. We can save these to an external file in NPY format, but using the .kk, what is it? KKV Cockero voice extension. We can also load these shapes as standalone files. What is it? To save computation in the slurp blending and for reuse. Let's see what he says. Just make a statement. I can do this. It's like if you went into the doctor and asked him, can humans fly? Right? He's going to be like, no. Also, how are you feeling? But if you just went in and said, I can fly, it's a different level of communication. Okay? Same idea, totally different context framing, which kind of puts it into a different... Anyway. Should we integrate save load functionality directly into V3 or create a new module? Okay, so 1, we will not touch at Kokoro V3. Rather, we will duplicate it and duplicate. We will create a duplicate. Yes. We will create a duplicate named Kokoro TTS underscore V4 dot pi. For lack of a better word, we can rename things later if we need to, so it's not a big deal. We often do. Create a new and then make the required changes to its logic to allow saving and wait. You want to have an output which just basically lets you save the numpy file. That's number 1. But you also want to have an input, and I'm thinking it could probably be done a bit like, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either make another node which is for saving these things and then have another node which is for loading these things, or you can just have a drop down list that looks to where the files get saved and then have it save the files like the 3D models. They don't actually get saved with a 3D model saving node, they just appear in a directory. So that's another way you can do it. So I don't know which way I'm going to do it yet. Saving the dot, what's it, KKV voice file in .mpy numpy format. Okay. Yes. 2, do you want functionality to automatically check for an existing KKV file and load it to bypass slurp computation and then save a new KKV file if none exists? Or should this behavior be configurable? That's a good question. Well, right now we're trying to save him, so he's getting confused. I mean, you could have it set up to load as well, but it's like you're not actually loading a list of voices from files. They're baked in. So we could make the menu more complicated by adding a scan for files in addition to what's baked in. So then half the menu is baked in, the other half is filling in from a folder, which is where you would put these files. Do you know what I'm going to say? .kkv files, yeah, all .kkv files stored inside slash custom voices directory. Yeah. We should, what's it? We should save them to this location. We should load them from this location. Okay. I actually think we should probably make a save and a load version because it would be easier to split out. So we'll go... Save voice V1. Let's try doing it that way. I think it's less of a mess. We will create 2 duplicates named save voice and load voice. Okay. We will make the required changes to the save voice logic to allow saving in NumPy format. Okay, and then we will make the required changes to blank load voice logic to allow the loading, what is it, to allow selection of voices from a drop down menu which is listing the .kkv files inside the custom voice folder. All the KKVs, we should save them from here. We should load them from here. If there is a file conflict when saving, or even better, if a .kkv file exists when saving, you know what, it's like finding the best way to say something, do you know what I mean? When saving new .kkv, we will append timestamp if there is a conflict with an existing file name. How about that? So you don't get a timestamp unless you're using the same name, then you get a timestamp. That seems like a pretty good way to sort that out. Would you like any additional metadata stored with the NumPy shape? Or should it just be a straightforward NumPy save? Yeah, it should be straightforward. This should be a straightforward NumPy save so that it is easy to load when needed. For where do they get stored? I already told you that. Let me just move this to here. So when saving the KKV, okay, I'll just turn that around a bit because I was talking backwards as usual. We will append a timestamp. Okay. Go on then. Let's see your plan, buddy. Because it's time at the bar. Yo, Tigral, sup? And yes, Fernicar, I didn't read your thing out when you wrote this, but yes, you can fill random weight and add a small percentage of random noise and get a new untuned voice. Well, like I said, with numpy manipulation, it might be possible to do all kinds of things. Like I said, you heard the difference. If you do a sum weight blend of two of these shapes from the bin file and compare that to what my slurp did, and you're like, it's actually a huge difference. So I was sat there going, well, I don't want to sit there and pick out the name. Like, say I make some crazy good combination of two voices. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, here we go. You know what I mean? Oh, I've got to get this voice, and then what number was it? Did I write it down? I've got to look it up. I don't want to do that. Even though that does work, you know, because it's all saved in Blueprint, right? I don't want to do that. What I'd like to do is just save the voice as a file, which I can then just use again and again and again. And then I know it's definitely that voice every time. Also, we've increased the depth of the slurp, so I need to test that. But yeah, like I said, I'll be working on this for a while by the looks of it. Probably will, if I'm lucky, I'll have it finished tomorrow, but I don't want to make any promises. So we're going to create two new files in the same folder, save voice, load voice. Save voice will mimic much of the setup of D3, including loading the models, loading configuration, initializing Kokoro. Image types will include voice 1, voice 2 selections, identical drop-down lists as in V3. Blend modes, slurp T, float between 0 and 1. A new string input save name, defaulting to custom voice, representing the base file name. So, you know, even if you don't put that in, it should still work. Execution function, save voice, retrieves the voice style arrays from Kokoro get voice style voice. Compute the blended voice array with either a simple average default or using slurp, copying the same slurp logic from V3. Define a target folder, custom voices. Create this folder if it doesn't exist. Construct a candidate file name by ensuring save name ends with .kkv. Before saving, if a file that ends with that name already exists, add a timestamp. Use numpy save to save the blended voice array in NPY format with a KKV extension. Return the file path. And then 3, load voice. This is focused solely on loading saved shapes, so its input types will be dynamic. It will scan custom voices, look for KKV extension, and provide a drop-down list of these file names. In the load voice function, once a user selects a file from the drop-down, the node will compute the path, read the numpy array, return the loaded voice shape array. I'm not sure. Is that actually going to work? We'll have to see if that'll work. Both nodes will be structured similarly to standard. Yeah. Okay, we're going to act. All right. But yeah, the idea of this project is to break free from the 50 voices in the bin file. That's the aim. And if it works, you know, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. But I don't want to, because this is the thing, you know, it might be possible to actually manipulate that numpy shape and create even more voices. It might be possible to get that numpy shape and blend it with the existing voices, which is sort of like, you know, blending with blends. And then it's just infinity. It quickly becomes infinite voices, you know, so. So there's the save voice. It should start writing the load voice. And we're well into overtime now, by the way. Is there any customization level of blending? Yes, like I was trying to say, what I've done, if we look at this Kokoro TTS V3, at the moment it's only got 0.5, but you can actually go 0.55, so that means there are 100 possible voices for every combination of voice. So at the moment this is the last version, but when the next update comes out you'll be able to do, you know, 0.51, 0.52, 0.53, right? You can do all 100 positions from 0 to 1, you know what I mean? From 0 to 1, if you have 2 digits, obviously you've got 100 positions, you see. So, and it's using spherical linear interpolation. It's not just half and half and put together. We're using a spherical linear interpolation formula. If you want to, what you can do is you could fork my node and you could add your own mode, because what I did was I added them as modes, right? So if blend mode's default, it does this. That's the one it comes with, yeah? But if you want to do my slurp, this is my slurp code here. It's doing a bunch of trigonometry to do a spherical linear interpolation. We used to do this with SD 1.5 embeddings, and we do it now with tiling VAEs with video. They're spherical as well. So, yeah, it's possible to add more, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you'd put it before the else. You could have a whole new mode. I might add more. I don't know, but I'm just saying, you know, this is where all the math gets done. But yeah, what I want to do is I want to have it so that instead of audio out, you also have shape out, and what that'll do is allow you to save, or it'll just save it. I'm not sure. See, we're working on it now. This is what I'm working on. So this node should save the voice to KKV, and then this will load your KKVs that you've saved. That's essentially it. I'm a little worried that this is actually not doing anything else though. Look, all it's doing is loading. So it might be that I then have to make a V4 that has like a load input. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the loader works with V4 because it has a special input that matches this one's output. That's probably how we're going to end up doing it. Because see, look, it says return file KKVS. Don't know why it says S. Or KKVs, maybe? Is that what that means? So loads a saved blended shape. Right, okay, so then in fact, let's just do the last piece of the puzzle then. So we'll go to plan mode and I'll say, excellent. We now have our save voice and load voice nodes created. Before we test them, I would like to duplicate into a new node named Kokoro TTS underscore V4, was it V4.py, which will perform the text to speech logic with the loaded voice as an input from Kokoro TTS underscore load voice underscore v1.py. Okay, so 1 read at v3, 2 duplicate and name duplicate at Kokoro v3 and name it to named, yeah, 3. Ensure the logic allows the output from This is going to be a fun one. The output from this is accepted as the input for the voice output is accepted as the voice input for that one. Okay, what else? I'm assuming that save actually can save the file properly, and there's no problems with that, by the way. We're just going to skim over that. We can fix that separately. So ensure the logic allows voice output from Kokoro TTS load voice is accepted as voice input for Kokoro TTS v4, which will be the new main node. Because I looked at the code, and the load voice just loads the voice. It doesn't do anything else. So if we can make it pass whatever you choose, so you'll have a drop-down list of all the voices, right? So you pick the one you want, and then you plug it into v4. v4 doesn't have a menu. Yeah, so... Okay, so... Have I still got that one there? Does not use the same voices menu from v3 version, and has no blending modes. We simply process the text input and generate the speech using the loaded .kkv voice shape. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all I need to do. This should be interesting. It's kind of complicated because we're asking it to rewrite its own code and do something unorthodox because, well, the way I saw it was, if you actually look at it's really simple. If I show it like here, yeah, blended voice 0.5 times style 1 plus 0.5 times style 2. So style 1 is an embedding, style 2 is an embedding. So they're in the bin file. We can't just, well, we probably could, but we can't just get them and have them separately. You see what I mean? But what we can do is when we blend this together, it's going to create a new unique shape. And so my idea, and I might be wrong, yeah, but my idea is that this is its own unique shape now. So we could just save that. And then we can make a modified version of v4, which will just load those shapes. And in theory, it's a big theory, because you've got to test the stuff, right? So read and duplicate the content of this as a starting point, rename the class to v4, update the metadata to indicate it uses preloaded voice shape, modify input types, remove the drop downs as well as the blend modes, introduce a single voice input type of voice. This is the output provided by load voice, and optionally a single speed parameter. Retain the text input. In the synthesize function, remove the code that calls Kokoro get voice and Kokoro get voice, so the two styles are gone. Remove the branching logic for blending. So loaded voice value is used directly. Use provided voice input when using what Kokoro creates, sample rate of text, voice, speed, blank. Keep the remaining processing code, converting samples to a tensor unchanged. Okay, the only thing I can think here is the language code is missing. Right? So we can either put a drop-down menu in to fix that if it's a problem, or we could just have it automatically use like US male or US female or something. Because you can mix male and female voices, so it's kind of a pointless thing. You know? You can like drop the voice a little bit. Save the file as this. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go. Hitting it out the park now. It just took a little bit of a conversation. And look at the context here. It's written 1, 2, it'll be 3 scripts it would have written. We're at 109,000 tokens with 21,000 coming back to me. And remember, 03 mini high is only $1.10 on the input, and it's $4.40 on the output. So it's cheaper than Claude, and it's cheaper than the other chat GPTs for the output side. But then the input side is also similarly, look, it's great. You get hardly any tokens back, which is great. It's a lot cheaper to use. A lot cheaper to use than you would think. If you were just looking at the prices, you'd think, oh, that's really expensive. But the thing is that I would have been up to 100,000 tokens with DeepSeek by now already, and it wouldn't have even written good code. Okay. It's done. So now I just need to test it. That's where I jump off the train, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautiful Monday night. We didn't get the video training done, but we honestly didn't have time. This is why I think I need to start doing longer streams again. But we'll play it out. We'll let this play out for another week and see how far we fall behind or whatever. But essentially, it's like, you know, I'm fighting for time every day. It's a real struggle. So I do my best. But yeah, we might increase the length of the streams so that we actually have a chance to attack a few of these things, because it's kind of like a bugbear. We've got to get the video training done. We've got Hunyan done. That's done. But I want to look at LTXV next, because it's much easier for people to run. And I think you can do local training with it with just images, which also makes it kind of easier for people. All right, then. We're going to be doing some Run Pod revivals tomorrow, so you can look forward to that. We'll get some new tutorials for how to use Run Pod for Hunyuan video and hopefully LTXV training. We'll see how far we get. So that'll be it for the night. I actually meant to run away at past, but I just couldn't get away from you lovely people. So that's it for tonight. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow at 7. See you next time, guys.